Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today, about 2 years after the original video, we are looking back into what's inside my camera bag. Probably a little bit less than 2 years, but it's been a while and I have so much equipment now. Ever since I got my student loans, I've been spending them on microphones, on camera bits, on little extras. So today I'm going to show you what I have, what I don't have anymore, any new additions, and kind of talk about what I do with these pieces of equipment and why I bought them and any future projects that I'm going to be using them for. So if we dive right in straight away, no muss, no fuss. This is a new camera for me. New meaning I've had it for a while. It was a new addition very much months after the last What's in My Camera Bag video, but I obviously didn't make another one so I couldn't include it. My previous camera was a Canon 550D with this lens. It's just a kit lens. It's 17-85. I think back then actually I might have had an 18-55. I think that's what that was, but that's gone now. It's still just a basic kit lens. There's nothing exciting about it. The camera though is a Canon 7D and it is very exciting. It's not the highest on the market. I don't think I'm ever going to have like the top end things because the cameras are just so expensive, but I love this baby. It's so massive because it's got a battery pack on it and the battery lasts forever. I love that. I barely have to charge my camera. There's not really much different. It's just the standard Canon camera. I'm Canon to the bone. I will never be able to use a Nikon. I've tried before and it's just complicated and I'm too stupid for that. And of course you cannot talk about cameras without lenses. I talked about the standard kit lens that I have. I rent out lenses if I need them or I can borrow them. But I do have another lens of my own now. My own, it's technically a loan from my grandfather, but he doesn't use it, so I keep it now semi-permanently. This absolute beast is a Sigma DG 155 to 500mm lens. Love of my life. I have never actually used a long lens before. I got this, and well, I've used it like once or twice, but I've never owned one. I've never done that much with them to be able to like actually get decent photos. Ever since I've got this, I've been photographing birds a lot. This made me buy a bird feeder and now I just like watching birds. I am turning into my grandparents. And this thing is a whopper. I like to brag because everyone's always like, oh, make sure you put it on a tripod. I freehand this shit. That's probably not a good idea, but I literally just, one hand there on the lens or on the bottom bit, one hand on the camera, and you're set. Yeah, that's probably a very bad idea because if I drop it, then that's a lot of money gone. I'm just not a good photographer. I don't listen to the rules. I don't follow the rules of photography, if there are any rules. I do my own thing, and my own thing is holding this in my hand rather than on a tripod. And this thing is so large, it has its own bag. It does not go in my camera bag. I wish it would fit inside, but unfortunately it does not, so this only comes out on some of the shoots. That is the main bulk of the camera stuff done. It's not much, but it doesn't need to be much, you know, because I'm at uni, I can borrow equipment, as I've stated before, and I don't have the funds to get like a whole bunch of lenses. I wish I did, but that's it for the camera and the lens. And then aside from that, you've got like camera charger, you've got the SC cards, the CF cards, the wires, all that kind of stuff that just goes with it. UV filters, standard stuff. So moving on to different kinds of equipment, I am going to be making a lot more films in the future, not just YouTube videos, but also professional short documentaries to upload here. The next one will be one on a guy called Daniel Gum, which is in preparation and will be filming very shortly. So with videos and filming, you need microphones. I am currently using a microphone on my phone that I'm filming on. It is like a fuzzy grey thing. I think it's called a VideoMe Go, a Rode microphone. I'll find it and I'll put an image right here. This is the microphone that it is. but I cannot show you because I'm using it for quality audio. So that's for the more vloggy side of things, the phone filming, the non-professional stuff. When it comes to filming with my actual camera, I filmed a group project last term and I used something that looked a lot similar to these. These are the Rode Goes. These might be the Rode Goes and that might be the Rode Video Me. These are lavaliers, distance mics. One clips onto your clothes. It's a bit bulky because when I bought these, I thought it was the version where basically it has like a wire and then you have the little lapel and then this like sort of goes in your pocket. This has the microphone on top of it, so it's just all in this box. It's condensed, that's fine, but it's a little bit bulky. From a distance, it won't matter that much. And then this one is the one which plugs into your camera and you know, you can set it up on like a horseshoe or just clip it any way you need to, put in like a little audio jack and film from a distance. These are probably my favourite piece. Even though I haven't used them much, I feel like I kind of have to make them my favourite piece because I'm pretty sure I spent something like 120 on these. And the other microphone was 60 quid, something around those lines. And I'm usually not one to spend a lot on equipment, but when you up your game, so to speak, in making films, sound is just as important as visuals. I can film in 4K on my phone, but the sound quality, especially when you're filming from a distance, it's not going to be great, and I need to have both. I need to have good visuals and good audio. So if I'm doing voiceovers or whatever, I just want it to sound nice as well as look nice. Speaking of looking nice, I have had an issue for months with having dust on my sensor, on my lens, and I was wiping it with stupid, like the lens, not the sensor. I don't touch the sensor with anything. Watch your sensor, it's very sensitive. I've trying to get rid of this dust and it wouldn't go, and then I finally, like after months or even years when I should have had this a very fucking long time ago, I got one of these things, and this is a joy. I love, it's so fun, it's so fun. I got a little cleaning kit, a bunch of like wipes, glass wipes, this thing which does the internals, and then this like kind of multi-tool. It's got a brush, it's got like a spongy thing and another spongy thing, and it's all very nice and cool. Make sure you keep your camera clean. Don't get dust on the lens. It's very annoying to edit out in photos. You shouldn't rely on post-production to get rid of any flaws in your photos. I mean, well, that's a whole debate. I love doing post-production. I love to edit photos. But it's nice to keep it as minimal as possible, you know? Natural, because I'm documenting the natural world. Special mention in this is so out of place because like it's just small amounts of equipment, but special mention for this thing. You will definitely recognize this if you saw the first What's in My Camera Bag video. This is the stupid little phone waterproof bag. It's got sand in it. Why the fuck does it have sand in it? I love taking this to the beach and then taking it in the water to take photos. I do have pictures where I've been using this with mates in the water. Last July was the last time I took it out because it was just cold and wet and COVID happened. And also I'm just not a big fan of the water, which is pretty ironic for a marine and natural history student, but I focus more on the natural history part. I got into a whole debate with this with one of my tutors before. He's like, oh, you live in Cornwall surrounded by coast and you don't go in the water that often. I'm very passionate about the subject that Cornwall is not just the coast, it's not just the ocean that it's surrounded by. I could make an entire video on how Cornwall is not just about tourism or the coast or about the sea. Cornwall is its own beautiful place away from the sea, and I will die defending that. Next, we shall move on to the tripods. I've got two different tripods. One of them I'm filming with at the moment. It's the same Benro tripod that I had last time. The old reliable, such a good tripod. Here is a tripod bag for proof. It is the piece of equipment that has lasted the longest. I've replaced my camera, I've got new lenses, I've got everything new and exciting. The Benro tripod stays the same. It's the one I've used since the beginning. This, however, is new enough. It was a gift from my mother, a Manfrotto little tripod, which is very good for my camera because it does actually support its weight, unlike that stupid little like phone tripod I had in the last video that I did like this. As well, this is just very good for filming videos on my phone. Oh my god, I haven't shown you my camera bag. There's the bag. There's the little slot where I put in the tripod right next to my water bottle. This is an upgraded Lowepro. Standard. Things are falling out because it's open. It's another flip side where it opens from the back. My whole thing with the last video is that I like bags that are secured because I constantly am paranoid that people are just going to rob me. I like to have things secured from the back. This is no different, except it's probably about twice the size of my last flip side bag. One of the final pieces of equipment that is relevant to this, to the new things that I'm doing, is this. Behold the golden glory, which is currently lighting up my face. This, I'm gonna have to lean back, is first of all good for a backdrop. Second of all, it's called a reflector, which reflects light. I love it. Oh my goodness, I love the gold side. It's so pretty. That's so good for like photography backgrounds. It has a zipper and it can switch to 5 different modes. There's a silver, there's a black, there's a clear one, there's this white, and then there's the gold. And this is my newest purchase because I'm going out filming, especially during sunrise soon for the Daniel Gum video, and that will reflect some golden light, even more golden light, onto my face as I talk, and the sunrise will be behind me. You know, I have vision. Also, special mention to this little thing in the seagull bag. If you did watch the last one, you would also recognise this. It is a viewfinder. Like a bendy down viewfinder. I can see you. I don't really use this. I got it from my grandfather. It's something that he passed on to me because he didn't use it. And I think I used it once or twice for macro. And if I do macro again this year, which I definitely will, I will use this. We have bluebells growing soon. I cannot wait. I will probably use this in the future. Maybe not. It's just something I keep anyway because it could come in handy if I'm shooting really low down stuff. I don't want to get rid of it and then find out that I do need it, you know? Hello, my lovely. That is the definition of hoarding. You are hoarding camera equipment. Stop. And it's a handy little thing. Apart from the tripod, this is the thing I've had the longest. It's like a bit of separation anxiety. I don't want to leave it behind. This one may not make sense. It may make sense to some of you, maybe not all of you. This is a black bag. It is the cheapest thing in my camera bag. It is the easiest thing to get hold of in my camera bag, and it is also probably the most useful thing aside from the camera. Black bags have saved my ass so many times when I've been filming on the moors or photographing on the moors, because not only is the ground wet and muddy and you can sit on it if you need to get down low, you can cover your camera with it if it's soggy. I got caught in the rain on the moors a couple months ago and it was awful. I literally couldn't take my camera away from my body to put it in the bag because it was tipping down that much. It would sustain water damage by me moving it that little bit. So I was stood there with a fucking black bag around my camera, huddling it close to me, and if it wasn't for this, my camera would not be in that bag right now. It would be in a repair store somewhere. I didn't used to take black bags with me. I didn't see the point. And then I did start shooting in the rain and it was, I love the rain. I freaking love the rain so much. But when you have a camera, an expensive camera, and you love it to death and you don't want it to get wet, you just have to like keep it safe with a black bag. I could get external like outer waterproof equipment and I probably will one day, but it's expensive. So for now, a black bag will suffice. That is basically everything in my camera bag. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in and seeing what's in my camera bag after a year and a half. A lot of it's different, some of it's the same, and there's a lot of new things. And I'm very excited to be able to use all of these things, going more in the direction of film now, I guess. So I look forward to using my golden reflector and my microphones and also of course my camera to make some awesome projects to put on the channel, and also some photos to put on my Instagram at Han on Earth, little promo. So thank you for watching. See you next time.